Technology is everywhere. Every day, people are using smartphones, televisions, gaming consoles, cars, and more. But one piece of technology often gets overlooked: the camera. We have it on our phones, by themselves, inside vehicles, computers, and most any piece of technology. Have you ever wondered how the camera came to be what it is today? Or maybe how it works? What can we expect from cameras in the future, and what good and bad has come from them? In this quick video, we'll give you the rundown of everything about the camera. The history of camera technology dates back to ancient times. In those times, mankind drew pictures depicting their lives, but nothing had been invented to quickly create images, much less of the real world. The ancient Chinese philosopher Mo Ti of the 5th century BC was among the first to discover the principles that would eventually lead to the camera. The camera obscura, detailed by ancient scientists such as Aristotle, Ibn al-Haytham, and Leonardo da Vinci, is based off the properties of light. Early images produced by this device were primitive, upside-down reflections of the world outside. The obscura itself was typically dark and the size of a whole room. It wouldn't be until the early 19th century that the camera would truly take off. In 1827, French scientist Joseph Nicephore Niepce developed the first image using a camera obscura. The picture, called a heliograph, required 8 hours of light exposure to appear. The image, however, wasn't permanent and would fade quickly. Despite this, Niepce took the first step into the world of camera technology. Throughout the 19th century, various types of plate photograph technologies would be invented, using different chemicals and materials to create permanent photographs. The next major breakthrough in camera technology came in 1889, when photographer and industrialist George Eastman invented film. Film strips acted like coated plates but were smaller, flexible, nearly unbreakable, and could be compactly stored, unlike the metal and glass plates used by earlier cameras. Film technology continued to grow after Eastman, with different chemical bases being used to find one that was both non-degradable and fireproof. The next leap in film came with the creation of color film in the 1940s. These color films had 3 colored layers of dye that would react with light to produce color. In 1948, Edwin Herbert Land unveiled his first instant film camera, the Land Camera 95. Land's Polaroid Corporation would refine photography to unimaginable standards using cheap and affordable cameras. Polaroid became a staple of Western society and became ingrained into popular culture. Camera technology was now easy enough and cheap enough for the common man to use. It was a photographic revolution. Polaroid cameras remained unchallenged, but advancements in computer power would eventually begin to take over the camera. In 1975, Kodak produced the first digital camera. Making use of cassette tapes for storage, the Kodak camera heralded the end for film. While it took 20 seconds to take a photo with a digital camera, the future would lead to instant captures. 1995 saw the release of the first digital camera with an LCD screen, allowing users to view their photos instantly. As digital storage grew, digital cameras became a necessity. By 2004, the film camera industry had all but disappeared. The Polaroid company would cease film production in 2008, eventually disbanding altogether. While it may seem like a sad end to humble roots, all was not lost. In 2010, the Impossible project began to harken back to the past with the reintroduction of Polaroids. In 2017, the company rebranded itself as Polaroid Originals. The legacy of film continues to live on. In the future, excitement lies in wait. 3D video cameras are becoming more commonplace. GoPro cameras allow active individuals to capture moments from personal angles. Cameras can capture images in 360 degrees, and drones soar the skies to take bird's eye view images of the world below. It can only be imagined what is still in store for the camera.
Early cameras, such as pinhole cameras, consist of a dark room or box with a hole in one of the walls. A beam of light illuminated the scene outside of the room or box in an inverted picture. The smaller the hole in the wall, the more clear the picture is. The concept of pinhole cameras shows how light can be used to project an image onto a flat surface. This discovery paved the way for modern cameras. Early flashbulb cameras were used to add light to photographs. Early flashbulb cameras used lycopodium powder to create the flash. The early flashbulbs used a wire inside a glass globe before switching to aluminum foil and oxygen to create the light. On the other hand, film cameras have a light-tight case that protects the film inside. A small hole allows the light to enter the case when you are taking a photograph. The shutter is used to ensure light is only exposed to the film for a short period of time. The lenses of the camera create a clear, sharp, smaller-than-life photograph that is printed on the film. Today, almost all the cameras we use are digital. Digital cameras convert light into an electronic signal to create the photograph. These photos are generated much faster than film cameras.
Professional photographers are employees of media outlets or private business owners. Many professionals sell their photos as art. Amateur photographers are mostly the average person with a smartphone or cheap digital camera. Most amateur photographers take pictures as a form of preservation to remember moments or share them with others. Professional cameras are designed for rugged use. They are built with high quality and precision, are durable, and offer features that an amateur might not ever need. If you are someone who makes a living taking photos, your cameras cannot be allowed to fail. For professionals, the price is worth the quality. For amateurs, the typical phone camera can achieve similar quality to a professional camera, and usually picture quality is not a high concern. Professional photographers tend to focus more on a picture's composition or a picture's angle. In contrast, the amateur photographer can take 5 or 10 photos of a single subject with little regard to the artistic nature or quality of the photo simply for the sake of having a photo.
All subjects have faced controversy, and cameras are no exception. One of the issues we face today is the use of Photoshop on both people and locations. Photoshopping has created an idea that there is perfect beauty, especially for women. Misuse has led to damaged self-esteem for many women, especially teens, and it has even led to eating disorders. Additionally, Photoshop can make locations appear much nicer looking than they actually are, setting unrealistic standards for visitors. With new technology comes new problems. Remote-controlled drones furnish navigation cameras, but they can also be equipped for recording. Many people have complained about these drones being invasive as they can be flown onto private property and used to peer into windows. This controversy makes many people feel very uneasy, especially when they don't know who is flying the drone. The government uses cameras to watch the public, especially in populated cities. This can be a good thing as it can be used for security, but there are several downsides. Public surveillance is expensive and some criminals may actually be drawn to the cameras. Additionally, most people feel their privacy is being invaded and behave differently around the cameras. With instant photography, it's inevitable unwanted pictures will be taken. Paparazzis invade the privacy of celebrities, regardless of whether they are permitted to or not. Additionally, child pornography poses legal issues. These photos are unwanted and illegal, but they can be shared with countless people, invading the privacy of those victims. Another issue is plagiarism. The Copyright Act ensures that people do the right thing when it comes to other people's hard work. Respecting the original owner's work is important. Without this act, people could use anyone's work without permission, undermining the incentives that lead to its creation in the first place.
The camera has a rich past and a bright future. Among all technologies, the camera is perhaps one of the most long-lasting and recurring. It's always good to take a look back at how far we've come, and to examine the things we usually take for granted. We hope you found this video interesting, and that you've learned something along the way. Thanks for watching.